Stay up with me. Look at that. Oh my God, that thing is fast. I'm gonna just push them that way. Look at them all going in. Oh, now we need to block the entrance. Look at that. That worked flawlessly. Oh yeah, check it out.
Let's catch 'em up. Woo! It's Catch 'em All Fishing with Zak Catchem.
Look at this fish. Oh my God.
Catch 'em up.
What's going on, guys? We have had a couple tragic videos, but we do have our stingray alive back here. I'm gonna drain this pond to make sure that we do have an alive stingray. After all of that, Pancake is the last living resident of stingrays in our entire property that we have back here. We had 4 of them, and one after the other out of nowhere. As soon as I built that filtration system, maybe it was slowing the water down. We had 3 stingrays just vanish. We had 2 die. The last one actually vanished, which was Ray. Super active, running around, chasing me, eating one day, dead floating the next. Now Ray just floated up, never came back. We have not seen him. We are gonna drain this pond behind us, see those little koi, how big they've actually gotten, all the different cichlids, everything we've placed in there is in there with the stingrays, and they're getting really big. Before we do all that, I have seen a horde of Oscars just terrorizing things along the edge of our actual pond. Now we've seen Oscars, we've tried to catch them with the blow darts before. We've caught a couple just in our backyard, but they're all over the place in South Florida. The way the Oscars are cruising full speed back and forth, I feel like this little baby cage is gonna be like the perfect fish trap. While we're emptying out this pond, while we're catching a couple fish today, we got a lot to do today. While we're messing around, I'm gonna see if this fish trap works right along this corner. This is not the most conventional fish trap. Tell me that doesn't already look like one. I mean, check it out. It literally has an opening. It's everything you need to be a really good fish trap. My babies terrorize this thing. It's too light. There's no padding under it. Doesn't even make sense. This is a fish trap. I'm telling you, ever since I saw it and put it together, I was like, forget the babies. This is just a fish trap. That's it. 5 foot by 5 foot, just a square, right? And what I'm thinking is with all these little fish going around and around, look, they're all just lined up right here. As a matter of fact, before I put this trap in the water, I'm gonna put a bait in the water. There's something lined up right along this edge where I'm thinking about putting this trap. Hold on a second. Filming already? They love the minnows. This one's broken. I bet I could still catch a fish with this. Over here, just right over here, stand right here. And I still might be able to get one of these boys up. On here, can't even tell what this is. But hopefully I can get away with a tailless fish. Oh, check it out. Oh, that's not what I was talking about. That's just a peacock. It's just the water is so ugly. But that's a pretty fish. Come on, flip or die. Flip or die. Guys, check this out. Caught this with no tail on it. 2 seconds, 1 cast. But this is what I'm talking about. All these cichlids, peacocks, Oscars, everything, they're just chilling right along the edge. And they sit here and they wait for this. Like, this is literally no tail, no nothing. Cast, boom. Keep slamming this right around the papyrus, stuff like that, and right around this whole water's edge. This is a pretty little fish. Nice, huh? They're just terrorizing all the little minnows. And when there's no minnows, there's no mosquito fish. And you can see there's like almost none right here. Let me go check him back. I think there's another one right here. That might be another peacock, but I just can't see really well. Either another fish, either another peacock, or, oh, can't really tell. Fly fishing. Hello? Just like I said, fly fishing. And they all stand up, they all stack up right around here, and they just wait for little baits like that to come around. And, oh, that guy missed actually. But they stack up and they're waiting for every little minnow that passes by. So that's a peacock, that's cool, but that's not even what I'm talking about. So the school of Oscars comes around maybe a little bit later in the afternoon. Maybe it's not quite late enough for them. I don't know where they are, but it's pretty cool to have all these fish just stacked up. I don't know if it's because I put the rocks here or what, but ever since, there's just been like, I don't know what that was right behind us, but you just never know back here in South Florida. So I'm gonna put this fish trap up while we're doing whatever we're doing throughout the day, and we're gonna see if I can actually catch fish with a fish trap full of minnows. This is a big old fish trap because it does have the opening and no exit. I feel like we're gonna be able to just open it up just enough, like so. Not completely, but even having it completely open, By the time I grab this trap, especially if I grabbed it from the opening and pulled towards me, most of the fish I feel would try to launch out or get stuck in the corner. They either dig down or fly up. If we keep this shallow enough, my theory is that we can keep all the fish that swim through that hole, if there's enough bait in it, that they'll stay in here. I don't know if it's gonna work. We're gonna give it a try. If it didn't work, you won't be watching this video. So something is definitely in here if I'm posting this right now. What we're gonna put in this trap today is not just bread. I think the key to this trap specifically and getting actually fish into it, the bread would work definitely because the bread would attract smaller fish, yada, yada, yada. If we get a bunch of small minnows and place them in this trap initially, then the fish are gonna be able to see and smell all the minnows from the sides of this trap. The holes, I mean, you could see right through that. Whatever's swimming by, specifically Oscars, hopefully we can catch some. It's that time of year, summertime, they really start swarming, hitting every bait. Having so many minnows in this trap will work in our favor. Not sure if you can see it. Come over here. Come over here. Straight up and down. Look at the end of the man. See that? See the outline of that? It's gonna be a tall task if we catch this thing in here. I think it's actually, there's a hole behind it. Get in there. Oh, you smart thing just swam right around my neck. And I feel like if we keep the hole right up against the edge, that they'll chase these little fish. They'll try to get in, till it's too late, and they'll be in our traps. I think that they'll get in this way. This thing's gonna sink. Check this out. Come on over here. We got a big old bubble problem right here. Let's see if we can push that down with some net. All right, the bubbles are disappearing. Oh, is that a rock right there? There you go. There you go. So that's gonna be our trap. Basically, they're gonna swim around this way, get in here through this side. I'm gonna leave this open. Maybe just barely closed like that, and push down, and they will figure out how to get in here. The issue is that gonna sink now? We waited for half of a second. The trap is almost submerged, but check it out. I didn't even throw anything in here, and the minnows are already in the trap. Look, right from the top. You can see them. We already got fish. We know this fish trap. We're gonna come over here a little bit more. There's a whole horde of them that are gonna attract the bigger fish. You see them? You can actually see that. Look at the minnows to the left. They're swimming into the trap right now. Look at them. Look at them. They're actually swimming, just swam right into it. You see that? This was designed for trapping fish. That literally just shows you exactly what's gonna happen. The corner is kind of dipped down where I feel like the fish would jump out. I almost want to move the trap over a little bit just to make the trap a little bit more shallow. Gotta make sure that this is lifted just like so. So perfect if it was just like that. Look at all the fish we caught immediately. In 2 seconds, we got all these little tiny fish. You see them swimming in the corner right here? I don't even have to catch the bait, but I am gonna catch some more. That might do the trick for us. That's it, baby. Come on, stay up. Let's see if this bad boy holds the trap down enough that we can get away with leaving it here. Otherwise, we might have to find a little bit of a shallower spot. Stay here, buddy. Come on, Mr. Brick. We need you. Get in the corner. Come on. Stay up with me. If it stays like that, I could live with that. They could still jump out, but it's slowly sinking. Look at it. Slowly back to where it's at level 0. It definitely helped. I really like this spot, and I think it's working. That little brick just got it up just enough. Look at that, just like 6 inches. I feel like that will be just enough to keep those fish from just launching out. Now they just all take off. We might catch nothing, and this video might be in vain like many videos in the past, but we'll see. Let's bait up this trap. Check this out. We have an army of minnows in this entire place, like an army. So 1 scoop should be enough to fill up that trap enough that any cichlid is gonna want to just jump in there and attack and murder and eat all these little minnows. So I'm gonna take a scoop. I might even take 2 scoops. Let's go ahead and see what we can get. Maybe 3 scoops. I want the bigger minnows. That's the thing. The bigger minnows. Oh yeah, perfect. Check this out. Look at all that, baby. Zoom into that. That is the prime bait. That's what we want. All those fatter minnows, the bigger ones, That's beautiful. So come on, let's walk it over here. And we're just gonna release all of these baits. Now if I look, right there ready. We already have action just behind us. So come on, check this out. Look at all the minnows already in here. See, they're already getting in here on their own. Look at all that. Before I even put an ounce of minnows in here. Can you see that? Can you actually see how many are in there? Look in the corner right there. Look in the corner how many there are. But check this out. Look at my hand now. So all that is getting dumped in there. Ton of minnows. And now they're probably gonna stay in there for the most part, just because of the way this trap is shaped. Instead of swimming out, look, they're not swimming out. There's the entrance. They're all just staying in there. So we got a ton of those minnows. And whatever they don't eat, we'll be able to snatch back. And all those minnows are gonna attract nothing but more minnows. We're gonna have like an army of minnows in here. Look how many there are. That is gonna attract a lot of attention from peacocks, from everything, from Oscars. Now the peacocks are more prone to just going airborne. Oscars are a little bit more docile. They dig more instead of fly more. I'd be really happy with that. Guys, our trap is set. We have a huge school of minnows down there. We are ready to go. Hopefully that attracts enough attention that whatever is swimming around here, hopefully they come right here. They can't get in that side of the trap. They're like, oh, I want to get the minnows. So they come over to the other side, swim around, and they just get stuck through this culvert and into this trap and just eat and gorge on all the minnows. There's a ton of bait. Free food, man. Free food. We're gonna leave that there and hopefully we catch something cool. It's our little bait bucket. When I catch baits, every once in a while I throw out a cast net back there where those stingrays were, and I catch all these little beluga, I catch mines, all sorts of stuff. So let's see who survives in here. Sometimes we got a little death or two. Zoom in. Oh no, 0 deaths. Only 2 candidates left in our little bait bucket. Got this little beautiful mine. Look at the colors on this thing. Look at that thing. Isn't that cool? That's why they morph into such cool things. Come here. But this is one of the best baits you can use down here in South Florida. It's called a ouch! Ouch! It's called a Mayan cichlid. This guy is not the most vibrant. He's a little bit gray, but they get to be really, really pretty. So this is one of our baits today, and our other bait right here, in case we see something big. We're gonna cast this bait. We actually already used him and put him back in here. He's still alive. This is the most hardy beluga ever. He almost deserves freedom. We're gonna throw a cast net one more time in the Ray pond. Just look back there one more time to see if that pet stingray comes up. We've been feeding the fish. We've been resting here for an hour, watching our trap. We've been seeing splashes left and right back here. Our baits are still alive. And I have not seen anything crazy, but I did see a splash inside of our trap. See a couple little bit of movement. There was definitely some right on the other side of that fence line, so I think that was probably what we're looking for. They kind of come from underneath that tree and then just kind of scan out here and smash things. The same thing from underneath this tree. They kind of just come out from there and make their way right alongside the edge here and just start smashing those little tiny minnows until they get to that trap, in which they'll be ours. Nice to finally have a solid day without rain, guys. It's been pouring like crazy the last maybe 5 days. I've been just barely getting enough time to even film these stingrays. We had our grass guys come. We had our grass guys come just yesterday when that rain finally stopped, and look, the water has slowed down significantly because of all of this. I thought this was helping us because it does clarify the water big time. All this little grass right here, as soon as I stopped feeding the stingrays on that side and I let this just clog up, is when I had death after death after death. I think, don't even move. There's a baby soft shell right here. I don't have a net or anything. Zoom in right here below me. Right here, right where I'm pointing. Can you see this little circle right here? It's gonna evade me. I'm never gonna catch that. There's a baby soft shell right here. Can you see that?
Yeah.
I'm never gonna catch that. I don't have a net. I have the cast net.
You have your hands.
I do have my hands, but my right hand is broken. Don't move, dude. Slow and steady usually. Can you, right where my hand is? Don't bite me. I got him. I got him. I can't believe I got him. What the heck are you doing, dude? Baby soft shell, look how cool that is. But he's not like baby. Look at that. Oh my God, that thing is fast. Look, even through that tall grass. Go ahead, go home, bro. Guys, the ponds have become so all natural. Come here. It's gonna bite me. It's gonna bite me, but it shouldn't hurt too bad. The ponds have become so all natural that they have everything in them. Now this is a baby soft shell. Zoom into the colors on that. Let's see if we can. Woo! Look at that guy's neck. You see the orange on him? Mm-hmm. That thing is sick. Whoa! Come on, come down this way so we get some of the light. Because this guy is so freaking cool. Oh my gosh, you can't keep them at this size, but look at the neck. We can play with them when they're this size, but they will still take a chunk out of you. And that's probably just one of many that got into the pond. All these turtle eggs are hatching, nesting. Down here in South Florida, they say there's a season for all these things, but I don't think so. Around springtime, it's just like let loose. Summertime, all the way through. So cool. I didn't think we were gonna be able to catch that thing. I thought he was gonna be gone, but let's see if we can release this bad boy somewhere where he'll get horrifically eaten by a giant snakehead. See you later. This has just become all natural because we let it flow so long. We have all these fish. We did not put any of this in here, and Mother Nature just takes over, man. But Mother Nature has given us some solid baits. Let's see if it gave us some Oscars over there as we drain that pond. We saw a baby this size. That means it was growing out for probably a month. They start off at like a quarter size. I feel like because we raised the elevation of our 2 pumps way over there, if you zoom in to what we built, our wetland system, that slowed down all the water too much to where now this is not the same as it was with all 4 pumps just constantly hydrating this area. I feel like that had something to do with this stingrays just non-stop just passing out one after the other. They almost just like I said, they looked like they passed out. They had no, like nothing was wrong with them, no cuts, no snapper bites. Obviously we caught turtles back here right beside the stingrays and we had no issues. So I think it wasn't because of the plants necessarily. I think it was because of that whole wetland system. I think I shot myself in the foot making the water clear. Water like this, it might be ugly, but it's healthy, man. Let's throw our baits back. See if we can catch something cool, but see if we can catch something cool while we let our trap rest. Let's give it a shot, guys. See what's in our trap. We're all looking at the same time. Check this out. We did catch some solid though with those baits. Just so you know, just so y'all know, you might want to stay tuned to the next video, or maybe this video never got posted because we caught nothing. If we did catch some in this video, I do post this video because we did film this first. You gotta wait to see what's on the next video because you guys are gonna like that fishing. If you like fishing, if you don't, then still watch it. It's gonna be pretty cool. Anyway, check this out. Let's not spook everything to go just air launching right now. Yeah, we got some. Check this out. We got 4 or 5 of them. Solid right here. Right down there. Ooh, uh-oh. Timmy's cell phone is going off. He's just making sure he reminds himself to work out because he's getting actually super fit, guys. You didn't know this, but he is. He's working out because we want to go on paddle boat adventures. Check this out, guys. Straight down. Look, come on, come on. We're gonna start spooking them. Now we need to block the entrance. I'm more worried about them going. Oh, that guy almost flew up. It's like there's a bluegill and a bunch of other fish in there. We are ready. Let me get some water. Now the cool thing about this track, look, the gar's still eating. There's a gar right there that's eating right now. Look at him. This freaking thing just grabbed some air. Okay. Now if they don't go airborne and go stupid because they see us here, I'm surprised they're not literally going ballistic. I think it's just deep enough. Let's see if we can zip them in here. Zip into this. That's it. And now, all you dads out there and mamas who like to fish can have something to do with your extra baby cage. Because this works. Look, they're not jumping out of that. Look at them. Look at them all. Oh, it's a jaguar. You see that? Right when I said that, something big just took off over there. Anyway, check this out. Let's stay focused. What did I say the other day? One apple in the hand. Oh, one bird in the hand is worth 2 in the bush. Look at what we caught. So these are the Oscars I was referring to. We got a decent amount of Oscars. Looks like we still have a solid amount of minnows, a bluegill and a jaguar even, and a gar. But this is the horde. There's been way more than that. I'm surprised we only got this many. But there's schools of like 6 to 12 of them. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We got 5 of them in here. No, 5, 3, 2. We got 5 of them in here, but there's usually big schools of Oscars that are now just patrolling when I throw dog food, especially. I should have thrown dog food. Ridiculous. Anyway, I still have a solid amount of fish, and I am really impressed with this trap. Honestly, I could probably use this as like a baby cage for our stingray. I think this is just a little bit too shallow for that pool, but this is pretty cool, man. All right, let's see if we can get these guys out without me losing them, which is going to be the hardest part, unless I just net them from here. Oh, they murdered some of the little fish. Let me get, oh, I told you, the jumping is what I was worried about. Brick out. We got these guys, check it out. Look at that. That worked flawlessly, but it's really hard for some reason to lift it up out because that water is getting stuck on the bottom. Let's see if we don't lose them. I can lift this whole thing out, that'd be awesome. We get all the minnows too. How cool is that? I knew it will work. Guys, this video is certified going up. This is cool. Look at it, we got a bunch of different species. We got looks like the Oscars I wanted to get for sure. I felt like we were gonna get those. That's a given. Look, we got a bluegill and we have a jaguar right here. Look at this jag. Ouch. All right, we're gonna spread these guys out. Let's spread them out. These are all like air breathers minus that gill. Come on. All right, let's go ahead. Bring them over here. Heads up. Heads up. Oh. All right, come right over here for me. I really just want to see if this trap worked. I don't really want to keep any of these, but we got a ton of them. Look at this. Let's see what we got. Oh no, the baby fish. Save the baby fish. We need you. The life givers. All right. Some room so our baby fish can swim out of there. And check this out. That's not a bluegill. It's another warmouth, dude. Another warmouth. We just caught one of these in our pond. We have a jaguar, and they look similar too. These guys have teeth. Look at native species. I think that's native. It might be. And jaguar. This is non-native. Taken over, but look how similar. Looks like a smallmouth bass. I always thought it was when I was a kid. Boom. Don't want those guys. Got a gar. This is a native species, Florida gar. Pretty sick. Slow. Trying to bite me. Hello. Catch number 2. You're a baby. We're gonna let you swim off strong. Right back in the trap. And we got a ton of Oscars. Now, people do eat these guys, and they're pretty cool. I almost want to bring these to Stefan because he can have his own little Oscar population. They'll start breeding and doing all types of stuff. And honestly, these guys tear my stuff up. So I think I'm going to take these, put them in a cooler. Ouch. Put them in a cooler and give them to old Stefan because that's a good amount of fish. 1, 2, 3. And look how pretty they are. Look at this one. Look at that thing. Solid, huh? Beautiful fish right there. Same thing right here. Beautiful fish. Look at it. Look at the spot. They all have very predominant spots. Now these sell in the pet trade for like 50 bucks a piece. So Stefan, when you're seeing this video, you're welcome, brother. I appreciate you and I love you. Look, really, really cool Oscars. Boom. How cool is that? So we got this working. We still got our minnows. Zoom into that. We still got a ton of minnows. We can honestly put them right back in our pond. I'm gonna let them go out here. Track some more Oscars. They're tearing them up anyway. Boom, just like that. Saved all the minnows. Oh, most of them. And this thing worked flawlessly. We know that this works. This is a solid trap, but I feel like it's only gonna work on the spring run. When they're cruising on the shallows, like the spring and the summertime, they're all like chasing bait fish. I feel like that's the best time for this trap. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So sick. These guys have teeth. They're the most invasive, aside from a peacock bass fish, I personally believe, down here in South Florida. They are tearing everything up. These guys, the Mayans, are probably number 1. Obviously, tilapia don't even have to have anything to predate on. They could just eat grass, tear up everything. But this is, thought I saw an eel, sorry about that. This is really, really cool. I'm happy about that. We're definitely gonna use that in the future. We might even use it right now with whatever's going on with our stingrays. We are gonna give these guys a new home. We're having some fun out here. Summertime's here and we're out there trying to catch them up. Woo! Catch them up.